God be all the glory. To him be all the praise. I deserve nothing. Only by his grace and his mercy I'm here today. My name is Chaplain Anthony Alvarez. In the morning of September 11, 2001, the United States of America woke up to find itself under attack in the city of New York. Hijacked commercial airliners were crashed into the World Trade Center. Less than 2 hours later, both 110-story towers collapsed, killing over some 5,000 innocent men and women, and children also. It was the deadliest day in American history, costing more lives than the attack on Pearl Harbor or D-Day. New Yorkers and all Americans have united as never before, inspired by the countless examples of courage and generosity. We have met the worst of humanity with the best of humanity. As you saw those pictures that were unfolding, I remember I was taking my two little boys, well, they were little boys then, Joshua and Anthony, and my pager goes off. I ran out of the house. All I had was my bunker jacket, got my car, got to the firehouse, and I led most of the convoy down to Ground Zero. I remember it was a brand new car, only had it for about 3 weeks. It was destroyed under the tower. I'm not sure which one fell on it. All I know was that it never appeared again. I walked into the towers when I encountered Father Michael Judge coming down through the stairs, being held by 5 other Office of Emergency Management police officers and firefighters. And I looked at him and I knew that his neck was broken, and I knew he was dead, his body was lifeless. And I was able to reach over and just say, Lord, have mercy upon him. Then I walked in towards the towers. Up on the plaza, I got close to the second tower. I was talking to an emergency service unit officer, Lieutenant Murphy. I'll never forget that day. I'm standing right before him. And all of a sudden, the church knows what I'm going to say right now. You know when the Spirit of God just moves you for some reason or another, whether it be one step to the left or to the right, God will position you for the purpose that he has in your life. Amen. And at that moment when I felt the Spirit of the Lord within my soul just crying out to me to move, I stepped back a little bit. A monitor fell from one of the offices that were destroyed, that was hit by the airplanes, came down, fell on top of the lieutenant, cracked his helmet, ripped his hand, and one of the guys that were with me was Johnny, grabbed his brachial artery and held it up, and I realized that this was something serious. I never thought I was going to make it out, but I kept looking and doing what I had to do. I made that oath. I wrote the pledge in our firehouse, and it says this way: I pledge to uphold my duty as a firefighter, to risk my life and save another, to reach out to the cry of a helpless child, to never leave in despair an elderly or handicapped person, to respect any commands from my superiors, and to never leave another firefighter alone, regardless of the circumstances that arise. If we go in together, we come out together. I am my brother's keeper. It was very, very difficult for me. But you know, as firefighters that are sitting here today, you go into these rooms, you look under the desks, you look in the closets, under the beds, kids hide out and they try to find a safe place. We walked into the Borders bookstore, which was the South Tower. Never in my life did I know what was going to happen next. I walked in there, and I felt fear. But sometimes that fear is overcome by God's love. I was able to walk into that tower, not knowing that that tower was going to collapse. And once again, the Spirit of the Lord came upon me. And I heard his voice clearly say, and he said, run. And I felt that fear in my heart and my soul. It just resonated throughout my whole body. And I ran out of that tower. Within 8 to 9 seconds, the tower collapsed and I was caught under it inside the train station.